Disclaimer: the discussions in this video are all anecdotal and should not be taken as factual. Please do not approach anyone discussed in this video to harass or bully them, as that is not something I condone. This video is sponsored by Shapermint. Guys, I had a baby 5 months ago. Most of you guys know this. And since then, I've completely honestly, been having a issue kind of accepting my new mom bod. My son is my second baby, so as we all know, second babies usually are harder to bounce back from. There is a lot of social pressure on women to bounce back after having babies, and I hate that. You don't have to get into it. So I've had like body dysmorphia and all that. It's been hard, I'm not gonna lie to you. This past year has been really tough on my self-esteem and self-confidence and all that, and I had been looking to getting into shapewear. I actually bought some off of Amazon that I wasn't necessarily thrilled with because, first of all, it was always like rolling down on my abdomen. It also had like a weird texture on the outside, so like if I was wearing anything that was form-fitting at all, you'd see all the little it's like, it was super obvious I was wearing shapewear. I don't believe that shapewear should be a replacement for healthy eating and exercise, of course, but I mean, the idea of it, I think, would help me feel more confident while I work on those things, like, you know, diet and exercise. That's just my personal feeling about my own body. Shapewear essentially compresses parts of your body to help create the illusion of like a flat belly or a toned butt or some toned legs, or, you know, whatever your problem areas are. And then one magical day, Shapermint reached out to me for collaboration, and I was like, yes. I'd been seeing their ads all over Instagram. I'd be lying if I said that I hadn't gone to their website multiple times and been like, oh, I should buy these. I just hadn't committed to it, but you know, they reached out and I was like, oh God, yes, finally, yay. Please help me feel better about my mom bod, Shapermint. So I'm super excited today that I get to do an unboxing and try on haul with you guys, but first, here's a little bit about Shapermint. Shapermint seeks to shape the lives of their customers by providing everyday essentials that support all body types, shapes, and sizes. They want to inspire confidence and embrace body positivity by providing everyday essentials including shapewear, undies, bras, leggings, shipped right to your door. Great prices that don't compromise style with a customer care team that goes the extra mile. It's where comfort meets savings 24/7. And I love that mission statement. Like, let's include body positivity in shapewear. I don't think that we need to be ashamed of feeling like we need to wear shapewear for our own self-confidence. And I'll let you know how this shapewear does that for me. So let's get started. They sent me a box of goodies. I haven't tried any of this on yet. We have a Daily Comfort wire-free shaper bra. Oh, this bra comes with an extender too, which is great. My boobs change sizes like multiple times a day because of breastfeeding. This is the high-waisted shaper panty. Okay, this is kind of like what I bought off of Amazon. Holy crap. This is gonna compress, baby. But yeah, there's not like the weird texture on here that the Amazon one had. So, oh, wow. I'm excited to squeeze into this. Last but not least, we have high-waisted shaping leggings. Ooh. I basically only ever wear leggings in general. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, what I have to say about like these two kind of compression things so far, I haven't tried them on obviously, but like the compression part is stretchy, but it's firm. So like, I already know this is gonna squeeze me in all the best ways. I'm gonna straight up do it before and after, and this might be a little bit demeaning, but I want to be able to see if there's like a difference from the bra I'm wearing now, which is just a basic sports bra, and what Shapermint can do. Okay, so this is what I'm wearing right now, and as you can see, there's like literally no support. There's no wire in this bra at all, but like I can't wear wire bras, especially when I'm breastfeeding. But yeah, there's literally no support here. I'm just sagging like it's nobody's business. Let's see what Shapermint can do. Just in case anyone was wondering, this is a medium, but it already feels way more supportive. I don't know if you guys can tell a difference. I mean, okay. All right, cleavage. Got a little bit going on there. What's up? Yeah, I like this. And now we can move on to my belly, my mom bod. This is like embarrassing, but we'll go through it. So I have a lot of loose skin here, but it makes it really hard to get toned. Sorry, I have like baby stuff in the background. Whoops. I got the love handles. I mean, again, it's just a lot of like saggy skin. Saggy mommy body. Thankfully, my stretch marks are kind of fading a little bit, but this is what I'm working with. So first we can try on the shaper panty. I'll try to squeeze into these. So there's a lot more give to this than I was expecting. So here's one thing I'm noticing right away. See these little like, I don't know, there's like these little kind of rubbery silicone maybe parts? I don't know. I feel like that makes it so it's not gonna roll down, and that's good. That's nice. Hello, flat tummy. Let's do it this way. So here's, oh man, this is so embarrassing, but here's what we're working with. I always see these videos on Instagram and now I get to do one. Okay. I mean, I think it's better than what I had before. Let's try on these leggings. All right, moment of truth. Oh, okay. Honestly, I like these better than the panty. So these are a size small. Like, this makes me feel way more confident. Do I have like a, here, I have this little play mat for my son I'll hold behind. Like, I mean, that definitely compresses everything in. And I'll be honest, these are not uncomfortable. Like, with how much compression is being done, I don't feel like it's that bad. You would definitely expect it to be uncomfortable at this point, squeezing in all my mom blob. Now, I am 5'1", about 115 pounds, and these are a size small. The Shaper panty, I feel like if anyone was wondering, this guy here, I probably would have gotten a medium, just because it's a little tight around my thighs. I got mom thighs too, but otherwise I got a medium bra and a small legging. I think those fit really well. Again, these leggings have that kind of silicone or rubber or whatever, so I'm more confident that this would not fall down in the same way that any other leggings I ever wear uptight like this. Anyway, I can honestly say I'm pretty happy. I especially like this bra. Hello. And of course, guys, if you like what you're seeing here, Shapermint is giving my followers an exclusive offer. All you have to do is click my link down below and enter Savannah20 at checkout, and you'll get 20% off your order. If you've ever wanted to try shapewear for yourself, now's a pretty good time to do it, I'd say. Thank you so much, Shapermint, for sponsoring this video. Now, let's sit back down and talk about some MLM goodness. So one of you guys reached out to me on Instagram and was like, hey, Savannah, I got some dirt on Kristen and Travis Butler, and those are the CEOs of Arieyl. I have made a deep dive about Arieyl and a deep dive about Hempworx too. I'll leave those linked down below if you want to go watch those. Maybe watch those first before you watch this video if you haven't seen them, because it might add a little bit more context to what we're talking about here. I would recommend that actually, because the Butlers, they're a lot. They're very hard to handle as human beings, just watching them. But of course I like to hear, you know, MLM tea being spilled all over the floor. So I invited this person on to my channel to tell their story, and damn. And honestly, I imagine that there's probably a lot more information out there that a lot more people know. This person specifically said that they probably know more than they should, and that there's other people who probably know even more than they do. So if you're one of those people and you want to tell your story about the transition between going from Hempworx to Arieyl, or if you just had any Arieyl experience in general, hey, hit me up, send me a message on Instagram, let me know, because I feel like there's a lot more hiding behind the scenes of this company that needs to be shared, that people need to know about. So any and all forms of information I would love to have. So without further ado, let's just listen to this interview. It's a roller coaster. Let's go. Hi.
Hi. I'm like genuinely terrified.
Why?
Kristen and Travis, they're just terrible people. Terrible people. Like, terrible people.
I get that feeling just by like watching their shit. The only thing I really know about them that other people have told me since I released my Arieyl video is that they're like QAnoners and shit, and I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah, they are. They're a little too far into it.
I didn't prepare anything for you, like questions or prompts or anything, so I mean, feel free to just speak your mind. Just go for it.
I started with Hempworx a couple years ago. It was just awful from the beginning. Like, I did not make any money as usual, and of course like constantly promised the dream of making money, which literally never happened. But towards the end, I could tell that like there was something going on between like Kristen and Travis and like Jenna and Josh. They pretty much just like stopped posting about Hempworx, and yeah, you could just tell that there was something going on. And then my upline, she kind of told us that there was like something in the works and that we should be really excited. And
yikes.
She couldn't tell us anything because the Butlers made them sign like an
NDA.
Yeah, something like that. So they couldn't really talk about it, but she was like getting all of us hyped up and everything. So yeah, for the longest time, like we didn't really know anything. We were just basically like starting to stop posting about Hempworx, and I like slowly stopped like buying anything.
Your whole team pretty much like stopped because Kristen and Travis, were they your upline's direct upline?
Kristen and Travis was my upline's upline. They were pretty close, very close.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, my upline actually like went to Kristen and Travis's house like multiple times. Yeah, we were very close to Kristen and Travis, unfortunately. We all like kind of stopped like posting about Hempworx and stuff. They flew my upline out to Florida to test products of Arieyl and all that stuff, and they still couldn't like tell us about it, but I know my upline was like telling us like how just excited we should be and how amazing the products are and blah blah blah, all the same bullshit. Eventually they were able to finally tell us what was going on, and I like sent my resignation in with Hempworx.
Just like at the instruction of your upline, just like, you're quitting now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you have any like objections to that, or were you just kind of like, all right?
I didn't really ever start to make much money with Hempworx. Like probably my biggest paycheck was like, I got it once and it was like $600, and that kind of says a lot, like compared to a lot of people. Like most people don't even make like over $100 paycheck.
That's like a surprisingly high amount.
That was literally like the biggest paycheck I had ever gotten there within like all the years. So I was kind of already over it, and I was already debating on just like quitting MLM altogether. But of course I did not, and I went with them to Arieyl. And first of all, we were told that we had to buy like almost $600 in product if we wanted to be, there was a certain name for it. There were like 3 levels.
Oh, yeah, because you can buy into a higher rank just like you could with Hempworx.
Exactly the same thing with Hempworx, basically. Yeah, like I was told that if I wanted to be a, what was the name they put into our mouths? They said that we were gonna be founders.
Oh. Okay.
We would be founders if we spent like $600 on product, and we'd have like the title of like founding member, and that we were going to get like gifts and like just a bunch of things for spending all this money and being a founding member. And it was really fucked up because at first they said that we weren't going to have to do like a monthly subscription thing, that wasn't going to be a thing. But of course they like ended up changing it and said like, yeah, if you want to keep the founding member position, you have to pay like at least like $300 to like $400 a month.
Oh my God.
And it was, I regret it so bad. Like I literally borrowed money from my fiance, and I worked my ass off to be able to pay for that. I was so excited. We got the promise of the founding member title, and like even like looking in my back office, like it never even said founding member. Like it was just like basic like everybody else's.
Where would you get that recognition anyway? Even if it was just in your back office, it's like, ooh, I can see that. Who else knows that? Who cares?
Well,
like,
yeah, they could have just fucking sent like a plaque or something.
Right. Give me a trophy or a gold star or something, like anything.
So yeah, that was pretty disappointing, and it was like a couple months in that like we didn't get any recognition for it, which was such a pain in the ass. I know that like my upline and stuff, they were promised to be like, Kristen and Travis promised them that they would basically give like certain people to their team, high up people that were leaving like their MLMs to come to Arieyl. They promised my upline that they would like place those people on my upline's team to like help grow their team.
So that they would kind of immediately start out at the top of the company. Wow.
Exactly. And then the founding members like me, they said basically the same thing to us, that like if you continue being a founding member, we'll just give you people, basically, which was such a red flag already. Like I just feel so just stupid and blind to it, you know? Like,
yeah. So Kristen and Travis were going to be recruiting people and then throwing them under you. They're the one. So it was like coming straight from the source, like right up at the top. Oh my God.
It sounds like a great idea when you're super brainwashed like that. Like all you think of is like the money that's gonna come from it.
That's extremely manipulative, first of all, because they were so successful in Hempworx. So it's like, okay, yeah, of course, like they know what they're doing. So yeah, give me a downline. Like if you have any chance to make money in an MLM, you're gonna take it.
The other thing that was terrible was that they signed like their newly 18-year-old daughter on to Arieyl.
They have an 18-year-old daughter?
She's not even 20 yet, so I'm pretty sure she's 18. And like right when she turned 18 was when they started doing Arieyl. So she immediately signed on, and those people that Kristen and Travis promised to give like me and then my upline, they gave to their daughter. Daughter's already making like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month at 18 years old, and she didn't even have to do like any of the fucking work.
Of course. I'm just surprised that they have a daughter that old, because they don't look that old themselves.
Yeah. Well, I know from their story, I believe that they had their daughter at like super young.
Well, because they were high school sweethearts or something, right?
Yeah, and some of the things that my upline told me from when she was like out there in Florida with them, like they just like don't even seem like they love each other. Like they fight constantly, and like they're mean to their daughter, which is so sad. Like I feel so bad for their daughter, just terrible for her.
Hey, she's rich now, so oh well. I'm sure she doesn't care.
Yeah, so their daughter is already making like tons of money, and of course they're keeping it in the family, so it makes sense why they did that.
So they never gave a single person to anyone else but their daughter?
Well, so I know that they have a couple other like super close friends that are a part of their team. Like there's this girl named Nicole Apfel or something like that, but she's like one of their close friends, and they gave a bunch of people to her, and then just some of their other like really tight-knit people that live in Florida.
Oh my god.
That those people like helped them set everything up. I know a lot of those people also like work at the Arieyl facility thing. So yeah, they ended up giving a lot of people to those people. So it's mostly they just helped out like
So handouts. They're giving handouts to their buddies. Why does this sound so familiar in American politics too? Like what the fuck is happening?
Like it totally just makes sense.
Yeah,
Like-
why wouldn't they help out their buddies before all these other randos who, you know, helped them build their wealth in the first place?
Yup, exactly. And then not to mention, I had a good amount of people on my team when I left Hempworx and brought a lot of people to Arieyl. A lot of like my team, they didn't get their paychecks, including me. None of us got our paychecks for like almost 3 months. Like
Wow.
they literally just like refused to pay us for the longest time. And I saw like some girls that would like comment on Kristen and Travis's post, just like saying like, hey, I haven't gotten my paychecks, like, and you guys aren't messaging me back, can I get some help? And they would literally just delete the comment.
Oh
Like,
my
that would-
god. Don't want
it
to
was
take any
really-
responsibility for their own fucking multi-million-dollar business. Yeah, no responsibility there. Whose fault is it then?
I felt so bad. Like, well, at the beginning, I was telling my team, you know, like, hold on, like, it'll get better. It's a brand new company. Like, there's always going to be glitches, blah, blah, blah.
Like every single company ever says ever.
And after, like, doing that for, like, 2 months, like, I just got to the point where I was so exhausted of bullshitting my team that I literally was like, honestly, if I were you, I would just quit. Like, just quit, because, like, it's been so long. Like, you guys haven't gotten paid. I haven't gotten paid. Like, the products are shit. Like, you might as well just quit. And so I got like majority of my team to quit, and then pretty soon I just quit. Yeah, I just felt so bad. Like, I'm pretty sure there's still one girl that still hasn't gotten paid. Luckily I did get my paycheck, but first of all, the first checks were like handwritten checks. Isn't that so weird?
Right, yeah. I mean, I guess some leeway can be given with new companies, but
Still.
yeah, it's unprofessional. Also, at the same time, seems like they kind of rushed it out.
Oh my god, okay, so yeah, I was gonna get to that too. Well, going back to the paycheck thing,
Okay, yeah.
like in the beginning, they were trying to get like this third-party company to like do the whole pay system, and this third-party company, you had to like pay, I don't remember the exact amount, but it was a lot of money. Like, you had to pay to get your paychecks, and like people were pissed about that. And I remember Kristen and Travis went live on Facebook, and they were talking about like, just be grateful, like, just be grateful we're paying you, blah blah blah.
But
Like, it
you're
was-
not, though.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we're not even getting paid, and we have to spend like half of our paycheck just to get our paycheck. Like, it was so weird.
That
And-
seems like something that, hello, Kristen and Travis should have been covering at least. Or at least find a different company to give your people their paychecks. But, like, if you're gonna go with that company, I'm pretty sure no one else ever has to pay to get their own paychecks.
just, it was such a bad mess. And my fiance, the whole time, he was like, are you sure like this is a good idea? Like, I don't know if you should be doing this. And I should have just listened to him, but luckily, like, like I didn't stay for that long, which I'm glad. And I am thankful for Arieyl, because I feel like if Arieyl never came along, I wouldn't have completely done a 180 on my, like, on how I feel about MLMs. I feel like if I would have just like quit Hempworx, I would have tried to do something else with a different MLM company.
Yeah.
And because of Arieyl, I'm like, fuck that. I'm never doing that shit ever again. With how fast like they were doing everything, first of all, like they were just like shitting products out of their ass left and right, like ignoring all other problems, like not fixing anybody's pay or anything, but they were constantly just releasing new products like 24/7, even like 2 new products a week. Like it was just insane how fast they were releasing products. There was at one point somebody got some like gummies that had some mold or something on it. They like sent it to Kristen and Travis, and they were basically just like, or it was like blue on like some like yellow gummies, and they were like, oh, that's not mold, like that's another gummy that got stuck to that gummy.
Ew.
And so you're just letting like all these gummies touch each other and like not keeping them separate. Like it was just so unprofessional and so gross.
It was mold though, like, because you could kind of tell, like, we know what mold looks like.
Yeah, and they didn't even have blue gummies at that time. So we were like, what do you mean blue gummies? Like there are no blue gummies. All the gummies were like, I'm pretty sure there was only like a red gummy and like a yellow gummy at the same time.
It's in the works, hun. And then she whispers to Travis, shit, we gotta make blue gummies now. So is that what you meant when you said the products are shit? Mold aside, would you say they were effective? Was Hempworx like significantly better?
It's hard to say, because the tincture itself was very, very similar to Hempworx, like very similar. Yeah. It worked, but it wasn't like mind-blowing or anything. So Hempworx only had like peppermint oil and then the hemp oil, like just a couple ingredients, whereas Arieyl had those ingredients and like flavor and everything, but they also added stevia, which was kind of gross to me.
Oh, weird. Like an artificial.
Yeah, it just didn't taste right. Yeah. And then they released gummy worms, and basically the gummy worms had like tons of artificial flavoring, artificial color and stuff, which did not sit well with like trying to be a holistic, like natural company.
Right,
so
yeah.
They ended up actually getting in some type of trouble for having those, because they were more like pertaining almost to like a children's like candy rather than like a supplement.
Yeah.
So they got in trouble with those, and they had to completely stop selling those. And I bought them, and they tasted so disgusting. Like they tasted like pure weed. It was so gross. And like I like the taste of weed, but like that flavor was just not right.
Right. It's like weed mixed with stevia. Like I don't know about that.
Yeah, they got in trouble for that, which was pretty
From
funny.
who? Like the Florida State Attorney General or something? Or
Something like that. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I know that like I do have a good idea of everything that's happened. I know there's more people out there that know a lot more than me, but I think I definitely know more than I should.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to talk to you in the first place, because I don't know who's gonna be ready to come out, and I was like, I'm fucking ready. Like, let's do this. I want people to know.
If they're really out here like fucking a bunch of people over and not paying them and getting in trouble legally and stuff, like I think that information needs to come out.
When it comes to Hempworx, so I know, first of all, not involving Kristen and Travis, when Hempworx opened up in Nigeria, basically they kind of opened up illegally and started having people sell CBD in Nigeria completely illegally.
Wow.
And the Nigerian people didn't realize it, and tons and tons of people in Nigeria got arrested.
Oh my god.
What's up, guys? Editing Savannah from the future here. I just wanted to look up the situation with CBD in Nigeria, and I found an article from the NigeriaLawyer.com, and I'll link it in the description if I remember to. And with this kind of law, I'm like, why would they open up in Nigeria at all? Anyway, it says, the punishment of knowingly planting or cultivating such plant, and then above it, it defines in general as a plant, is death, or imprisonment of not less than 21 years, but death. Sorry, I'm still a little bit sick. People are literally being put to death for growing marijuana in Nigeria, according to this article. And then a little further down it says, CBD oil and Indian hemp are generally illegal, but medically prepared CBD oil or Indian hemp substance are legal, lawful, and allowed, but must be prescribed by medical doctors or veterinary doctors. So, wow.
Jenna and Josh literally did nothing about it. They just swept it under the rug. Like, as far as I know, like, they didn't even help those people, like, get out of prison. And, like, those those people are probably still in prison.
Yeah. How could they even open up a company selling that out there in the first place?
I have no idea. It was weird because, yeah, they at first like started announcing that we could start like recruiting in Nigeria and everything, and then all of a sudden they just like stopped it, said nothing about it, and just like completely like pretended like it didn't even happen. And then yeah.
So they like shut down operations out there.
This person that told me this was very close to Kristen and Travis. They told me that it was because tons of people got arrested out there and they literally did nothing about it, which just hurt my heart so bad. And when I heard that, and this was even before I knew about Arieyl, I literally was like, okay, fuck that. Like, I'm not representing this company anymore. I'm not giving them any more of my money. In the beginning, I didn't really care so much for Josh, but I liked Jenna. I liked how outspoken she was. And towards the end, she started like completely losing her shit, especially with like COVID and everything. That really like bothered me. She just basically like completely thought COVID was fake and like just the government scandal and all this shit while people are out here dying. Like, okay, it's fake,
right.
You know.
Which is so weird, like, because I feel like a company like Hempworx, obviously they shouldn't get away with this because it's illegal, but like they could somehow like be like, oh, CBD, like against COVID, like best for your health. Like they could have really used that to their advantage, and they just instead they're just like, no, fuck that, operations as usual. Like what?
Yeah, totally. And this is kind of like a side note thing, but there was a live that Jenna did when she was pregnant with her last kid, I believe. And in the live video, she was openly like smoking a joint with her big pregnant belly out. And like, I'm all for cannabis and like, it's your body, do what you want, of course. But I was like, holy shit, like you're gonna get your kids taken away. Like, is that really worth it?
Right.
You know?
There's not enough scientific evidence to say whether it's safe or not to use marijuana, THC, even CBD, like while you're pregnant, and even breastfeeding. Like, I can't do that shit. I want to do that shit. It's legal in Arizona now, but I can't do it because I'm breastfeeding. And it's like, you're fucking pregnant. What are you doing?
Little child. Like, it is your literal offspring.
Oh.
Like, why would you ever put them in that situation? But yeah.
Obviously, this person isn't someone who listens to scientific research anyway. Like,
anyways, aside from that, I know it might not be the only reason why Kristen and Travis quit Arieyl.
Quit Hempworx, right?
Quit Hempworx, sorry. So I'm pretty sure one of the biggest reasons is that they basically started making a lot, like more money than even, I don't know if it's possible, but they were almost getting like close to how much money that Josh and Jenna were making. Like, they were making a lot of fucking money.
But I know that Josh, like, I was watching promotional videos, and Josh is sitting there bragging about how their compensation plan is better than anyone else's. $1 million a month, 10 levels deep. Like, that was the thing that he was always preaching. And so you get people who are, like, doing that, and he's like, no, nuh-uh, no, too much. That's just hypothetical. We don't actually want someone making that much money.
Yeah. And that's pretty much exactly what happened. They ended up holding Kristen and Travis's paychecks from them. Like, they refused to give them paychecks, which is also illegal. So I don't know how they even got away with that.
Right.
But that's what I heard, is that they basically started making too much money and started holding paychecks from them and made them stop making money pretty much. And Kristen and Travis, which I did feel bad for them, like,
yeah,
put so much into Hempworx that and all of a sudden they're just like too good at it and they can't do it anymore. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, that makes me wonder that, like, if they're making almost as much as the founders are, where are the founders getting their money from? Because obviously Kristen and Travis are getting the money from the downline. How are they even close to equal? I don't know. The whole thing is confusing. It seems like that amazing compensation plan that Josh was bragging about all the time, maybe it was flawed. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
And they won't take responsibility for that. They're just taking other people's paychecks away.
Yeah, exactly. It was so shady, and I really did feel bad for Kristen and Travis at that time, you know, just because that was so wrong. Yeah, at that point I think is when they started, you know, trying to create Arieyl and everything. And also, not to mention, Ariel's compensation plan is literally like a copy and paste.
Yeah, I noticed.
It's fucking same.
It's like the same thing. Wasn't Hempworx afterwards? Weren't they trying to sue Arieyl?
Oh yeah, you can view, like, there's public documents online you can see of like them trying to sue each other, I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't think Ariel's going to last very long, honestly. Just have just so much shit on their back. Like, I don't think it's gonna last very long.
And that sucks because they dragged a lot of people into it.
So many people, like a lot of the top earners in Hempworx follow them to Arieyl, and I know Hempworx lost a lot of money because of that.
That's what you get for holding paychecks from people. Like, of course they're gonna go off and try to do better, you know? If they're not making any money for what they're doing. I mean, and not to say, like, because obviously I don't agree with the way they were making that money, but the fact is that, like, hey, Josh and Jenna, like, this is your company, and this is your responsibility, and you need to hold up your end of the bargain. It's not their fault that your shit is flawed. Talk about ethics, like, come on.
That's pretty much all that I have to say. That's all that I really know. But yeah, it was just such a mess, and I'm really thankful to not be a part of it anymore.
Yeah, I'm glad you got out. I mean, would you say that you kind of got out unscathed, or are you, like, in debt because of it still, or what?
I mean, I'm not in debt because I'm pretty smart with my money now, at least.
Good.
But I mean, yeah, I did lose like a good $600 from, just trying to be a founding member.
From buying it and all that, yeah.
Yeah, and I got all this product, and like majority of it I still have and haven't even touched, just because it doesn't really do a whole lot. Like, I have the stupid zeolite tincture, which I'm honestly terrified to even try, just because like that stuff is, I don't know, you don't know what's in it. It's not FDA regulated even a little bit, and I've heard bad like side effects from it, and I'm like terrified to even try it. And then yeah, I have a bunch of gummies. I have the Delta 8 gummies, which I guess I kind of like, but I also have like a pretty high THC like
tolerance.
Thank you, tolerance. So like I don't really feel them that much. Beyonce did take one, and it literally kept him up all night, which was like the opposite of what.
Right, because weed is a downer.
Yeah, I still have like 2 bottles of those, and then they made like a bunch of bath fizz and stuff, which was another thing. Like the bath fizz had a bunch of fake like artificial fragrance and artificial coloring in it too, which was just completely against what they said that they were going to be doing in the beginning.
Right.
Like, they said they were going to be making supernatural, holistic, high quality products, and it was basically the complete opposite.
All this shit is like the opposite of what they said they were doing, and they're charging like $100 for a bottle of it.
It's so expensive. It's not even funny how expensive it was. Like, at that point, you might as well just go buy Hempworx stuff, just because, like, yeah, they're charging even more.
At that point, just go to a dispensary, like, and get actual, like, federally regulated stuff that you know is good.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a mess.
I feel like the whole CBD industry in that way, like the MLM CBD industry, really, like, is super predatory, especially on people who, like, don't know how weed works and like how CBD and THC interact. It's like a lot of promises, and you're not getting anything in return. They probably don't know, like, what's real, what's not, and yeah, like you were saying, because it's not regulated, and so, like, they could be putting anything in there. Do you know anything about their supply chain at all? Like, where they're, like, the production?
Yeah, that was another thing I was gonna say, is the whole time, and still to this day, I have no fucking clue where they were even getting their hemp. Like, I have no idea where they were sourcing, and I honestly think they were probably trying just like tons of different sources. Every single product that I have is, come from a different source.
Because they like made this company like from scratch over the course of a few months, right? Yeah. How do you test, come up with formulas and test them? How do you do all that so quickly?
And that was another thing too. Like I said, like they were just coming out with product after product after product within like a couple weeks, and it was just insane and such a big red flag, because everything just happened so fast that like they just really should have taken more time.
Yeah, that whole thing is fucking wild, and I haven't really kept up with Arieyl in the past, like, since I made my video. I've checked in on them a few times, but, like, I don't know, it just seemed like they were running business as usual, but, like, that makes me really wonder what's, like, going on behind the scenes. I wish death upon every MLM, but, like, this one specifically, it rubs me a lot worse. Even not knowing what's going on behind the scenes, like, Kristen and Travis are just, like, some of the most cringiest fucking people I've ever had the displeasure of watching.
That's another thing too, is the other thing that really fucking bothered me in the beginning of all this is that they refused to send out like any official like emails saying, hey, like this is when this is going to be released, you can get ready for this, blah blah blah. They literally just went live for like an hour every other night, just trying to get people super excited instead of like putting it into an official email. But like everybody had to sit down, you know, in their evening and take a whole hour just to watch them like freak out. It was so stupid, and they could never like do anything official. They always had to like go on Facebook Live and like make a party out of it. It was just completely manipulative and like
and unprofessional. They're like literally just acting like uplines and not like your corporate contacts.
Yeah, they were acting just like friends. Like it was just so bad. And then even before that, when they announced Arieyl, when it was actually like public, they promised us like 5 different dates that we could like officially start and getting people in the door and everything. And every single time that date would come, we'd all be like waiting around like, hey, can we start doing this? It would get to like 10 o'clock at night and they would be like, oh, sorry, we're gonna push it back again. And they pushed it back like, I'm pretty sure at the very least 5 times. And so I had tons of people just like waiting to buy my products and waiting to, you know, join my team and like all this. And I kept having to tell them like, oh, today's the day. And then they'd hit me up and I'd be like, oh, just kidding. It was such a mess and just so unprofessional. And I just genuinely feel bad for anybody that's still doing it and for anybody that's going to start doing it in the future. Like, I feel so bad.
Yeah, that sucks. And I'm sorry that you experienced that, but I'm glad you got out. I'm glad you're not in debt. I hope that whoever else is stuck in there, I hope they get out too. Like, shit, man.
Yeah, me too. I'm definitely glad I'm out. And I'm, like I said, I'm glad it happened because it made me open up my eyes just about MLMs in general, and I'm not ever going to do it again.
Yay! Congratulations. Thanks, Kristen and Travis. Well, she's sweet. Wow, guys. I'm at a loss for words. Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, if anyone else wants to share, if you have any more information about the Arieyl and Hempworx debacle, please do feel free to reach out to me. Send me a message on Instagram.
Hey guys, to finish off this video, I just want to quickly thank my patrons and my YouTube members. You don't get to see my face right now because I look like a mess. I just got back from the dermatologist, got 4 moles removed. I'm a mess. Anywho, if you want to be part of the list I'm about to read or the names you're about to see across the screen, you can either go to patreon.com/SavannahMarie or you can click the join button beneath this video. They're both generally the same thing, just whatever platform works best for you. You'll get access to perks like our private Discord server, our postcard club. Sometimes you get early access to videos. It's all a lot of fun. And it's a good way to support me, honestly, so I appreciate you all so much. And now the biggest thank you in the whole wide world goes to Amanda McMahon, Elizabeth Wyatt, Eve Blondo, Meredith Nakata, Molly Wasilewski, Alice W., April Lindblom, Boris Geller, Katrina Rosemarick, Daniel Urena, E. Higgins, Erica Louder-Craddock, Evan Adler, Jerry Duncan, Kelly Creffield, Kim Cartwright, Laura Lynn Martin, Maddie Darley, Rachel McHenry, Samantha Jackson, Tuesday the 13th, Tiffany Brust, Jay Marie, Auntie Lou, Vamp Faye, Fallon Lowry, Sabrina Franklin, and Julia Nieberdowski. And to the rest of my wonderful patrons and my members, thank you so much for being here and being you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and comment, and then subscribe, of course. And one more thank you to Shapermint for sponsoring this video. Don't forget that you can use my code. You can find it in the description or in a pinned comment below to get 20% off your order from Shapermint. And I appreciate them so much, and I appreciate you guys so much for checking out the sponsors on this channel. And now Griffin's getting grunty, so keep making waves, babes, and I'll smell y'all later. Mommy Tsunami out.